Tammy Newmark, President of EcoEnterprises Fund.
And I'm Michele, Pena, Vice President of Operations for EcoEnterprises Fund.
Thank you both for coming today. Talk to everyone here at Say Business School. We heard a lot from you today about reflections of the past 10 years with EcoEnterprise funds. If you could just take a second and reflect on some of the changes you've seen through the fund and some of the successes in the space.
Well, EcoEnterprises Fund for the past 10 years, with our first fund, has invested in environmental businesses that range from organic agriculture, ecotourism, sustainable forestry, small community-based Latin American companies that really do progressive business ventures in cooperation with the local communities, with the objective to have significant environmental and social impact. Most of these businesses work in areas where there is a keen and critical ecosystem or natural resource base or the natural capital of these local communities that need to be preserved over the long term. And these businesses need to grow. They need to demonstrate that they could make money, demonstrate that they could save this asset base, as well as grow to a point where they're replicated elsewhere. And so EcoEnterprises Fund over the last 10 years has invested in 23 businesses. We've brought investment capital, both debt and equity, to these businesses to help them to succeed, to help them serve as models in Latin America. And to do that, me, being an investment person, I brought my skills to structure the deals, whereas my colleague Michele has really worked on the environmental and social integrity of the projects to ensure the long-term sustainability of the overall business venture. What is important is that the market has worked with us. There's a lot of different activities. There's more enlightened entrepreneurs and business leaders that are coming into these areas and creating businesses. And there's a lot more market acceptance and consumer acceptance of some of these products that we've invested in the past. Like the first organic flour company, the first organic tilapia company, the first organic shrimp company, acai, for instance. We invested in Sambason, which many of you are familiar with, that sells juice smoothies, and the acai berry is sustainably harvested by communities in the Amazon. And that is really important because overall there is, of course, an interest and a need to address the large challenges at hand between poverty, environmental degradation, climate change issues, and by really harnessing the forces of the private sector and the market to scale up and to use it as a tool to complement other tools, conservation tools and sustainable development tools in the region, really helps with the impact and helps in sort of the long-term well-being of planet Earth and for the local peoples. And so over the next year, we're launching EcoE2, which then sort of builds on 10 years of lessons learned and our past legacy to take to begin to mainstream sort of the investment concept and investing in these type of businesses and bring it to sort of the next level, expansion and growing these businesses to really get the buy-in and get the vested parties involved in these business enterprises, as well as to benefit the local community.
Great, great. And Michele, you're going to be sharing a lot of these lessons learned very shortly. Tell us what's being released and what should we look out for?
For our book, which we've, as you said, sat down and reflected on all these lessons learned over the last 10 years. So we've written a book called Portfolio for the Planet, which will be out at the end of this year. And it really covers everything from, the legal work and my part of the fund being the monitoring of the environmental and social integrity of the companies. And to answer your first question, that's sort of something that we've definitely seen progress over the last 10 years, and that's included in the book, just how the industry has grown along with us. We were sort of pioneers at the time in developing metrics to monitor these companies and how far that's come along.